welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate. How you going, people? Just another day, cops out there shooting somebody that didn't listen.
Get on the ground!
How do we get here? Okay, I didn't see a weapon. I didn't see him do anything. But let's take a look at... So, here's what happened. Guy steals a car. They shoot it with some... I don't know if this is a new system. I didn't really look it up. Something star system, and then they tracked it. StarChase device. Deployed a StarChase device. Okay, so I guess this is the StarChase device. Evidently, it shoots a little tracker and it sticks to the car. And the guy didn't know it. So they obviously shot this guy with the star tracker. They track the vehicle here. They see the guy and they walk up and try to stop him. Now look, I worked auto theft for 3 years. And these guys are probably task force. That's all they do is run around. I noticed they're in plain clothes. They just throw on some high profile vests for this arrest because they know they're going to take this guy down. When we had a guy like this, we would have just ran up and what we call bomb rushed him, and 5 guys would have threw his ass to the ground, put him in cuffs. All these cops are standing around 20 feet away with a gun, worried about officer safety, so they can shoot him from a distance. I mean, I just haven't seen such a lack of balls in police departments everywhere. And then somebody yells, he might have a gun. And in the report, they go, well, when they talk to his nephew or whoever the snitch was that talked to him, I don't know if he doesn't have a weapon. Oh, unknown weapons. Unknown. He may be possibly armed. Maybe possibly sometimes not sure armed. That means we can shoot him. It's just crazy.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
So he says shoot me. He keeps walking. Even if he has a knife right now, he's walking away and no threat. He gets better after this shooting. Don't think that this is the only cop I'm cracking on in this video. So when I see the lights go on, the guy evidently stole the car. Evidently he has a freaking remote alarm because he just hit the freaking unlock door thing. So when I see these lights flashing, I'm like, dude, how does a guy steal a car and he's got the key with the remote? But, I mean, that happens, but it's not normal.
Get on the ground!
Guy's got his hands up, reaching in the car. Granted, they don't want him getting away from a car. Normally, if we sat on a car and we knew it was like this, we would have a guy walk in, one of us undercover. I mean, we're in plain clothes. They wouldn't know it. Walk by here. We'd drop something on the ground. When we went down to pick it up, we'd crawl over behind the tire and put what's called a little rat trap. It's basically like a mini speed or a spike strip, and you put it behind the tire. So if he gets in the car, the tires go flat. So either do that or have a car ready to box in this car, and his job is to box in the car. These guys, their job? No, we don't have to plan for all that shit. We'll just shoot him and say we didn't want him getting in the car. It's just crazy.
Get on the ground!
So I went frame by frame here, and I could not see anything that resembled a threat to this officer. Both hands appear to be in the open. Even if the guy has a knife, he's not charging, he's not running. You have multiple officers. You've got him staked out. I mean, there must be 10, 15 cops here. So this guy was not in a threat whatsoever. I don't see any furtive movement. He's raising his hands like, fuck you, I'm getting in the car, shoot me. Somebody's going to say, right here, Rick, it looked like he was going to run at him, and that's why the officer was in fear of his life. This is a bullshit shooting. Cops are shooting people freaking too easy. He's trying to get in the car. He's opening the car door. And he gets shot. Bang. Did you hear that third shot? Listen for the third shot.
Get on the
bang,
ground!
bang, then bang. Hear that late shot? Wonder who fired that. We're about to find out. Hell, these guys got almost as many cops as they had at the Uvalde shooting. At least they went and took the guy down. They didn't wait for backup. So we have 3, maybe 4 officers here waiting to ambush him. Sets up a great crossfire.
Let me see your hands, Albuquerque Police. Let me see your hands. Get on the ground.
These guys are doing good. They're identifying themselves as the police. They're making sure so he can't be confused. That was always a big deal when you're working undercover. Defense attorneys always tried to say, the guy goes, man, I didn't know they were cops. And so that's his defense for running, jumping in the car, chasing, throwing things, fight. I didn't know they were cops. That's the big thing. So the fact that these guys are yelling police a lot, I like that.
Get your hands out of your pockets. Get your hands out of your pockets. Police, you're under arrest.
Okay, so this guy yells he's under arrest. You can yell that, and it sounds good, but there's already been case law that you can't charge a suspect with resisting arrest unless you have him in custody. And just saying he's in custody does not make him in custody. You must have physical custody. You must have hands on. So when he yells, you're under arrest, he's not really under arrest, but it articulates that we have reason to grab you. This is a lawful stop, comply. But he's not technically under arrest.
Be recorded. Get on the ground.
So I kind of find it interesting this woman kind of just
Get your hands
stands
out of your
here.
pockets. Police, you're under arrest.
So this person's walking around here and just kind of freezes. At least she does go against the wall trying to make herself. Hell, I'd have probably dropped to the ground and laid down flat. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't shoot her and say I was in fear of my life. She looked like she had a freaking pair of chopsticks and she was going to stab me in the eye with a weapon. Just fill her full of holes. Why not? We're shooting everybody else.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
So we got 3 or 4 officers behind him here. Oh, I forgot the crossfire here.
Police.
Cop right here. Nice crossfire. I mean, look, that's going to happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but you ought to be aware of it and try not to. Sometimes when a suspect moves, you're going to get crossfires because you've got guys set up to where you think he's going to be. So they thought he was in this area over here. This guy was watching him. These guys head this way. And then when he moved, he created the crossfire. But that doesn't matter. That's why you need to always be aware of muzzle discipline and when you shoot, which cops aren't. And the only reason, as a cop, that I wouldn't want to set up a crossfire is because I know cops are shooting anything that moves and they don't give a shit what's in the background.
You're under arrest. You're being recorded. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey, let me see your hands. I can't see it in his hands. I think it's a knife.
Okay, so he says, I can't see his hands, but I think it's a knife. Well, which one is it, officer? Can you see his hands and identify it as a knife, or you can't see his hands? So this, from a cop perspective, it's communication. Yeah, hey, man, be aware. He's got something in his hand. I don't know what it is, but he's got something. Be aware. I get that. But when you say I think it's a knife, but I can't see his hands, how do you think it's a knife if you can't see? This is what I call setting up a killing or setting up a shooting. And cops have gotten good at it, just like criminals get good. Every time they get arrested, they learn how to make their defense, what not to say, how to lie. These aren't my pants. I was just borrowing a car. I got it from a friend. I don't know the friend's name. They learn how to avoid incriminating themselves. Well, cops have learned how to avoid incriminating themselves by saying things like, I don't know if he's armed. He might be armed. His brother said he didn't know if he's armed. He could be armed. He's not sure if he's armed. Maybe, possibly, sometime he's armed. So we're using terminology now to justify shootings. It's bullshit.
Albuquerque Police, let me see your hands. Hey, don't let him get in the car.
Okay, so I did notice that his gun was on safe, so that's good. He's got an AR out. He's keeping it down till he's got a target. Everything's good here so far. It doesn't stay good.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Why the hell did he fire? This is an absolute unjustified. Everyone that fires a gun as a police, you must justify why you fired. And the justification can't be because my buddies in blue fired. It has to be you independently have to say how you were in fear of your life or the life of others. Now, he's going to say, hey, when I heard my partner shooting, I didn't know if it was him shooting at my partner. I didn't know if he had a knife. I don't know if he was charging. I was shooting to protect my partner's life. And it'll be justified. But it's all bullshit. This shot was absolutely Bullshit. He shouldn't have fired. This was a panic. Oh shit, let me get my rounds off too.
I'm getting the car. Shit. Oh shit.
Why the fuck did he fire? What did he shoot at? You're going to notice in this video, he looks for his bullet. I thought he was going to try and cover it up. He ends up telling somebody after a while, but he looks and looks for his bullet.
Hey, shots fired, shots fired.
Look how many cops they got here. There's a lot of cops here.
Roll on your stomach.
So everybody's standing around. What do we do now, man? We shot him. Well, shit, I don't know. Let's sit around here. All right. If you want to go watch this on Police Activity, I want you to watch this guy walking around trying to find his round. See him looking at cars? He's inspecting. What did I hit? I wonder where my bullet went. I thought I might have saw his bullet right there. Is that his bullet hole right there? I don't know. He looks for a long time for his bullet hole. That might be his bullet hole.
You good, bro? You want to do a check on you?
No, I'm good.
See him checking cars? He's not worried about the guy that shot. He's not worried about. He's looking for where his bullet hit. Looking for bullet holes. What he should be looking at is, let's knock on some doors and make sure no. Anytime you're at a shooting, when shots are fired, you always check the background to ensure that people aren't shot. It happens a lot more frequently than people know, and it doesn't get a lot of media because the government doesn't put it out. But when cops shoot, a lot of people are shot in the background. Now, if you shoot a kid in a crib and he dies, that usually makes the news. But he shot from this position, and there's nothing but windows and hallways here where people could be sleeping and staying. This is a high populated area, and that AR round went somewhere. And if it didn't go in this car, where the hell did it go? Knock on doors and make sure, check with the manager. Now, maybe the team came back later and did that, but you got enough cops here to where you start doing. Ponytail Police gets here and uses up everybody's freaking med kit. I mean,
hey, let's get this locked down.
looking for his round. Looking for his round.
Good? Yeah, I'm fine.
Everybody's, you good? You good? You good? Hey, man, we got to shoot somebody. Everybody's good. Shit. And that's just normal. I mean, cops always ask, are you okay? I've been asked if I'm okay a bunch of times. I've asked cops if they're okay. You know, look, the shit's happened. It's over. Scene secure. We check on each other. I mean, that's standard. The problem is they've stopped checking on the public, and now it's all become nothing but about us. Looking for his round. Looking for his round. Did I hit a windshield?
Hey, pull it out of...
What'd I hit?
Right here.
So here's where we have a female officer getting paid the same as a male officer who's just as good, etc., and she can't get a freaking med kit out of here. So the other officer, the male officer, has to provide a kit because she doesn't have her own. And then she doesn't know how to get it out. So the other male officer, whose body cam, has to give her instructions on how to get the med kit out. I freaking love it.
Hey, get me a chest shield.
Hey, pull it out of...
Right here?
Yeah, just pull it out. Pull it out. Handles, pull it out. Just pull out the handle. Just let it rip.
Okay, so at least we took care of her, and we're team players, and we had to help the little Ponytail Police to make them feel like they're wanted and needed. I will say, at least she does something. Most of them are just standing around. At least she's doing something. I don't know how well she's doing it. She takes every damn med kit everybody's got. And I don't know if the guy dies or not either. It says he was transferred to the hospital. So he's looking for his round. Looking for his round. What did I hit? Where did my bullet go? When you have to look this long, you probably didn't know what you were shooting at, dude. If you can't say, look, the guy was standing right here, and I shot the guy, I don't even think he had a target when he shot. I think the guy was down. He might have shot as the body was falling backwards after the other guy shot him, because it was such a delay between him shooting. That's a long delay. I think he shot after he was on the ground, so he couldn't even see the guy where he was at. Fuck you.
Get on the ground!
He's on the ground. Bang. He couldn't even see him. What the hell was he shooting at? Rick, it's a highly tense situation. You don't know. I've been on plenty of cases where cops have shot. I never just fired my gun because I heard somebody shoot. Are you kidding me? Absolutely bullshit. But he does end up fessing clean after a good 10 minutes or so of looking for his round. Looking. I can't find it. I think here's where he tells somebody. Looking. See, I think he found his shell, and he's like, shit, there's the shell. Now look, I thought the guy was going to try and cover it up. He could have picked up his shell and not said anything, which is why body cams are such a great tool. There's probably, before body cams, a bunch of people that would have just picked up that round and went, I didn't shoot. You know, so at least the guy did this. Did he do it because he's on body cam, or did he do it because he's a good officer with integrity? I question that nowadays.
Hey, Mondo. Mondo, I don't know where my round went, but I fired one round.
I don't know where my round went, but I fired one round. Hey, that's all right. Ah, shit. We all shoot rounds. A lot of times just don't know where they go. They just fly everywhere. All right. I don't know if this is earning the hate or not. I mean, they shouldn't have shot the guy. I guess I'll make it earning the hate. We'll end that there.